What if I told you that everything you think you know about someone could be completely wrong? It's a heavy thought, right? But stick with me for a few minutes, because this is something that impacts every single one of us. Every single day, we are constantly making snap judgments about people. At work, in school, scrolling through social media. Happens in a flash. You see someone quiet and immediately think, oh, they're shy. Or maybe even, they're standoffish. Someone shows up late to a meeting, and tellable, irresponsible just pops into your head. But what if there's a universe of context we're missing? What if that quiet person isn't shy, but is actually an incredible listener, carefully observing and processing everything around them? What if they're just exhausted from carrying a silent burden? And that person who was late, maybe they were up all night with a sick child or dealing with a personal crisis that we know nothing about. These little assumptions we make, these mental shortcuts, they feel harmless, but they can be incredibly destructive. They can destroy friendships, sabotage careers, and cause deep, lasting heartbreak, often without us ever realizing the damage we've done. Assumptions are like blindfolds. They block us from seeing the reality of a situation and prevent us from connecting with people on a genuine level. They build walls where there could have been bridges. Think about it. Imagine you have a coworker who seems a bit disengaged lately. Their work is slipping, and they're not as enthusiastic in meetings. It is easy to jump to the conclusion that they're really lazy or just do you and care about their job anymore. You might start to resent them, maybe even mention your concerns to a manager. But what if you found out later that they've been working a second job to support a sick family member, or that they're grieving a profound loss? That one assumption that they're lazy could have completely destroyed your professional relationship, eroded trust, and added another layer of stress to someone already at their breaking point. That small, unchecked thought could have had massive, real-world consequences. The guilt of that realization would be immense. And the sad part is, this happens all the time, in big ways and small. We judge a friend for canceling plans, not knowing they're struggling with their mental health. We judge a stranger for their appearance, completely unaware of their story. So, how do we break this cycle? How do we stop our brains from jumping to these easy, but often wrong, conclusions? It starts with a simple, powerful action. Pause. Before you let that judgment solidify, just take a breath. Instead of assuming, get curious. Instead of filling in the blanks with your own biases, ask open-ended questions. Instead of saying, why are you so quiet? You could try, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this when you're ready. Instead of thinking, they're so unreliable, you could ask, is everything okay? I noticed you were running late. This isn't about being nosy. It's about offering grace. It's about communicating openly and giving people the benefit of the doubt. It requires us to challenge our own internal narratives. The next time you feel that quick-fire judgment rising in your chest, I want you to try something. Step back, take a deep breath, and actively question that first thought. Ask yourself, what else could be true here? What part of this story am I missing? This small shift in perspective can be life-altering, not just for the other person, but for you. It frees you from the negativity of judgment and opens you up to deeper, more meaningful connections. Think about the relationships in your own life. How many of them could be stronger, healthier, or more authentic if you simply chose to understand before you assumed? The next time you're about to label someone, remember that every person is living a life as vivid and complex as your own, filled with their own battles, struggles, and quiet victories. Don't let a tiny, unfounded assumption rob you of a meaningful friendship, a valuable partnership, or a simple moment of human connection. Think, listen, and then act. With clarity and compassion, your life and the lives of those around you will be infinitely richer for it. If this message resonated with you, please share this video with someone you know. It might be the reminder they need to pause and think before they judge, and it could save them from a regret they never saw coming. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more content on building better relationships and understanding ourselves. See you next time.